Have you ever felt weighed down by the relentless burdens of life, unrealized expectations, emotional turmoil, or the haunting echoes of past mistakes? What if I told you that freedom lies not in controlling every aspect of life, but in learning to let go? Letting go is not a weakness. It is an act of inner strength, a declaration of self-mastery. It is the cornerstone of peace, clarity, and resilience, as espoused by the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. In this exploration of 12 Stoic secrets to letting go, we will uncover practical tools and profound insights that will transform the way you perceive challenges and setbacks. Each principle offers more than just guidance. It equips you with a mindset to embrace uncertainty, relinquish unnecessary burdens, and channel your energy toward what truly matters. Whether you're navigating workplace pressures, strained relationships, or personal doubts, these Stoic strategies will empower you to take control of your inner world. By the end, you'll gain not only a clearer path to serenity, but also the confidence to face life's complexities with unwavering grace and purpose. Are you ready to unshackle yourself from the weight of worry and discover the freedom within? Let's embark on this transformative journey together. 1. The mastery of perception, shaping your reality. Perception is the lens through which we view the world, and it has the power to shape our emotions, actions, and ultimately, our lives. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Meditations. This profound insight lies at the heart of the Stoic principle of perception, where mastering how we interpret situations becomes a gateway to inner peace and resilience. Consider this. Have you ever misjudged a situation, allowing frustration or fear to dominate your thoughts, only to later realize that your initial reaction was exaggerated or misplaced? Perhaps it was a critique at work that felt personal, or an unexpected change in plans that seemed catastrophic in the moment. The truth is, most of our suffering stems not from the events themselves, but from the way we perceive them. To understand the transformative power of perception, let us reflect on the life of Viktor Frankl, an Austrian psychiatrist who survived the Holocaust. In his memoir, Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl recounts how, despite the horrific conditions of concentration camps, he found freedom in one immutable truth: his ability to choose his perspective. He wrote, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." This choice to perceive his suffering as an opportunity to find meaning sustained his spirit through unimaginable adversity. The art of perception, however, is not solely reserved for monumental challenges. It can be practiced in everyday life. For instance, when faced with a rude comment, rather than reacting in anger, pause and ask yourself, does this person's opinion truly define my worth? When a project at work doesn't go as planned, shift your focus from the failure to the lessons learned. The Stoics remind us that we cannot control external events, but we can always control how we respond. To master the art of perception, developing intentional practices is key to approaching challenges with clarity and balance. Start by pausing and reflecting when faced with difficulty. Taking a moment to breathe allows you to step back from reactive emotions and approach the situation with a calm, rational mindset. Next, reframe setbacks as opportunities for growth. Instead of focusing on frustration, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or how can this help me improve? This shift in perspective turns obstacles into stepping stones. Lastly, seek perspective from a trusted friend, mentor, or through journaling. External viewpoints or writing down your thoughts often reveal new insights and help you see challenges more objectively. By adopting these simple yet powerful practices, you'll transform how you perceive adversity, enabling you to navigate life with greater composure, growth, and resilience. Epictetus reminds us, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." Enchiridion. Mastering perception is not about ignoring reality, but about seeing it clearly, free from the distortions of fear or bias. In doing so, we reclaim our inner peace and find strength to navigate life's complexities with grace and wisdom. Understanding the art of perception lays the foundation for the next step, embracing acceptance, where we learn to align ourselves with the reality of what cannot be changed. 2. The power of acceptance, embracing what cannot be changed. Acceptance is not surrender. It is a profound act of courage and wisdom. It is the ability to face life as it unfolds, embracing the reality that some things are beyond our control. This is the essence of amor fati, or love of fate, a core Stoic principle urging us to love not only the joys of life, but also its challenges, for they shape the person we are meant to become. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." Meditations. Acceptance transforms adversity into fuel for growth. Consider this. Have you ever resisted a situation, wishing desperately for it to change, only to feel even more frustrated and powerless? Perhaps it was a failed project, a lost relationship, or an unexpected setback. The more we fight what we cannot change, the more we suffer. Instead, what if you could pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this hardship serve me? A vivid example of this principle is the story of Helen Keller. Despite losing her sight and hearing as a child, she chose to embrace her reality and transform it into a source of strength. Keller's acceptance of her condition allowed her to focus on what she could control: her education, advocacy, and voice. She became an inspiration to millions, proving that embracing what cannot be changed is the first step toward unlocking inner freedom. Acceptance is not passive. It is an active process of reorienting your focus toward what you can influence. For instance, when a colleague undermines your work, you cannot control their behavior, but you can choose your response. Will you let anger consume you? Or will you channel that energy into improving your skills and proving your worth? Acceptance gives you the clarity to let go of the futile struggle against the inevitable and redirect your efforts toward meaningful action. Epictetus reminds us, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." Discourses. Acceptance is not about resignation. It is about recognizing the boundary between what you can and cannot control and finding peace within that space. By practicing this mindset, you develop resilience, transform challenges into opportunities, and unlock the strength to move forward with grace. So ask yourself, what am I resisting today? What would happen if I chose to accept it instead? In that choice lies the path to serenity and empowerment, a life lived in harmony with both yourself and the world. By embracing acceptance, we prepare ourselves to focus our energy wisely, which leads us to the next secret, the quiet power of directing our attention to what truly matters. 3. The strength of letting go, mastering what you can control. Letting go is not about giving up. It is about reclaiming your power by focusing on what truly matters. The Stoics teach us that the key to inner peace lies in understanding the boundary between what we can and cannot control. As Epictetus profoundly said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Discourses. To let go is to choose freedom, shedding the weight of unnecessary worries and misplaced desires. Imagine you're overwhelmed by a situation. Perhaps a colleague's criticism or an unforeseen setback derails your plans. The natural reaction might be anger or frustration, but pause for a moment and ask yourself, can I change this situation, or is it beyond my reach? If the answer is the latter, why allow it to disrupt your peace? Redirect your energy toward what you can influence, your actions, your mindset, and your growth. This principle is vividly illustrated in the life of Seneca, who faced exile with grace. Stripped of his power and position, he didn't waste energy lamenting his loss. Instead, he focused on writing and philosophy, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire. Seneca's life teaches us that letting go of what we cannot control doesn't diminish us, it liberates us. Letting go doesn't mean apathy. It's about mastering your reactions and channeling your energy toward purposeful actions. The next time you face a challenge, ask yourself, am I clinging to something that no longer serves me? Imagine the freedom you could feel by releasing that weight. Now we turn the question to you. What is one thing you're holding on to that you know you need to release? How might letting go help you regain clarity and strength? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. If you found value in this discussion, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more insights into Stoicism. Together, let's embrace the art of letting go and live with greater freedom and purpose. Stay with us until the end of the video to unlock the full depth of these transformative insights and discover the extraordinary value Stoicism can bring to your life. With the quiet power of focus guiding us, we now turn to the next profound secret, the grace of patience, where we learn to trust time's rhythm and find strength in its steady unfolding. 4. The grace of patience, trusting the rhythm of time. Patience is the art of aligning ourselves with time's natural rhythm, allowing growth and resolution to unfold at their own pace. In the words of Epictetus, no great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. Discourses. True patience is not passive waiting, but an active trust in life's unfolding, a belief that every moment, however challenging, has its role in our greater story. Imagine planting a seed. You wouldn't dig it up every day to check if it has sprouted. Instead, you water it, nourish the soil, and trust that, in time, it will grow. Life is no different. When we rush outcomes, we disrupt the natural process, often leaving ourselves frustrated and disheartened. Yet when we cultivate patience, we find peace in the journey, knowing that time will bring what is meant to be. In practice, patience is about small, deliberate steps. It's the student mastering a new skill, trusting that each hour of practice builds toward excellence. It's the professional tackling a long-term project, knowing that persistence, not haste, leads to success. It's the parent guiding a child, understanding that growth and understanding cannot be forced, but gently encouraged. Patience also requires self-compassion. Ask yourself, am I expecting too much too soon? Recognize that transformation, whether personal, professional, or emotional, takes time. Each setback is not a failure, but a chance to recalibrate. Each delay not a denial, but a pause for preparation. When you embrace patience, you release the anxiety of immediate results. You learn to appreciate the small milestones and trust that, like the sun rising each day, progress is inevitable. Time, when partnered with patience, becomes a friend, not an enemy. So, what in your life requires the gift of patience today? Reflect on it, nurture it, and allow time to work its quiet magic. Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your journey. Remember, the greatest achievements often begin with a humble, patient heart. Let us honor time and trust in its unfolding grace. As patience teaches us to align with the natural flow of time, we arrive at the next vital secret, transforming anger into clarity and strength, unlocking the power to face life's challenges with wisdom and composure. 5. Transforming anger, a path to clarity and strength. Anger is a fire. Uncontrolled, it consumes everything in its path, leaving destruction and regret in its wake. Yet when harnessed and understood, anger can be transformed into a source of clarity, self-control, and even compassion. The Stoics teach us that anger is not inherently destructive. It is our reaction to it that defines its impact. As Seneca wisely wrote, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." On anger. By learning to pause and reflect, we can diffuse the intensity of anger, making room for thoughtful and effective responses. Think of a moment when anger took hold of you. Perhaps it was a sharp remark from a colleague or an unfair decision at work. The initial instinct might have been to retaliate or defend yourself, but what did that reaction truly achieve? Did it resolve the situation, or did it leave you feeling more agitated? The Stoics remind us that acting in anger rarely brings clarity. Instead, it clouds judgment and weakens resolve. Epictetus advised, "When you are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and study your own failings. Then you will forget your anger." Enchiridion. This practice of self-reflection shifts the focus from blame to growth, allowing us to understand the roots of our frustration. In the workplace, the ability to overcome anger is invaluable. Imagine receiving criticism on a project you worked hard on. Instead of reacting defensively, pause and ask yourself, is there truth in this feedback? How can I use it to improve? This moment of reflection not only preserves your professionalism, but also strengthens your ability to adapt and grow. Similarly, in personal relationships, anger often stems from unmet expectations or miscommunication. By choosing patience over reaction, we can turn conflict into an opportunity for deeper understanding. A practical approach to overcoming anger begins with awareness. When you feel the surge of emotion, pause and breathe deeply. Count to 10 if needed, allowing the intensity to subside. Then, examine the situation objectively. What triggered this anger? Is it worth my peace of mind? Journaling these moments can also help uncover patterns and provide insights into recurring triggers. Ultimately, overcoming anger is not about suppressing emotions, but transforming them. When we choose calmness over rage, clarity over reaction, we reclaim our power. The energy once consumed by anger is redirected toward meaningful action and self-improvement. Ask yourself, what situations in my life can I approach with less anger and more understanding? Share your reflections in the comments. We'd love to hear how you've transformed anger into strength. By mastering this, you not only improve your work and relationships, but also nurture a deeper sense of inner peace. By mastering the art of transforming anger, we uncover a deeper truth. Failure is not the end, but a powerful catalyst for growth, a revelation that awaits us in the next secret. 6. Redefining failure, a catalyst for growth. Failure is not the end. It is a stepping stone toward growth, a teacher disguised as hardship. The Stoics understood that life's obstacles are not meant to stop us, but to shape us into stronger, wiser individuals. Marcus Aurelius captured this truth when he wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Meditations. Failure, when viewed through the lens of wisdom, ceases to be something to fear and transforms into an opportunity to learn, adapt, and thrive. Consider the story of Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Each failed experiment brought him closer to his groundbreaking invention of the light bulb. This mindset reflects a Stoic principle. Obstacles, including failure, are not roadblocks, but necessary challenges that forge resilience and innovation. In the workplace, redefining failure is critical for personal and professional growth. Imagine pitching an idea in a meeting that is met with criticism or rejection. The initial sting of disappointment might make you question your abilities, but ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I refine my approach? Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the process. Every misstep teaches you what doesn't work, bringing you closer to what does. This ability to view setbacks as lessons rather than defeats builds perseverance, creativity, and confidence, qualities that are essential for thriving in any field. In personal life, failure often feels deeply personal, whether it's a failed relationship, a missed opportunity, or an unfulfilled goal. But failure is not a reflection of your worth. It is a moment to pause, reassess, and grow. Ask yourself, did this failure teach me something about myself? How can I use this experience to make better choices moving forward? This self-reflection turns failure into a powerful tool for self-awareness and improvement. To redefine failure, embrace 3 key practices. First, shift your mindset. View failure as feedback, not a verdict. Second, take action. Use what you've learned to refine your approach. Lastly, practice self-compassion. Recognize that failure is a shared human experience, and every successful person has walked the same path of missteps and lessons. When you learn to see failure as an ally rather than an enemy, you unlock a profound sense of resilience and possibility. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. Meditations. So what failure in your life can you redefine today? Share your story in the comments. Together, we can embrace failure not as an end, but as the beginning of growth and transformation. 7. Focus on the present, the art of living fully. The present moment is all we truly have, yet how often do we squander it, tethered to the past, or consumed by fears of the future? The Stoics remind us that the present is the only reality we can control, the only space where we can act and make a difference. As Epictetus wisely said, "Do not let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present." Discourses. By anchoring ourselves in the here and now, we reclaim our power to live intentionally and fully. Imagine sitting at your desk, trying to complete an important project, but your mind keeps wandering, regretting a mistake from yesterday or worrying about an upcoming deadline. This mental tug-of-war drains your energy and focus. But what if, instead, you paused, took a deep breath, and asked yourself, what can I do right now to make progress? By shifting your attention to the present, you not only regain clarity, but also tap into the potential of the moment to create meaningful outcomes. Focusing on the present is equally transformative in personal life. Consider the joy of a simple dinner with loved ones, often overshadowed by the constant pull of phone notifications or lingering worries about work. By consciously choosing to be fully present, listening intently, savoring the moment, you strengthen your relationships and enrich your experiences. Life's beauty lies in these fleeting yet profound moments that are only accessible when we let go of distractions and embrace the now. The practice of living in the present is not about ignoring the past or future, but about recalibrating our attention. The past is a teacher, not a prison. Learn from it, then release it. The future is a blank canvas, but its colors are mixed in the choices you make today. Ask yourself, am I spending my energy wisely, Or am I scattering it across what I cannot change or control? In work and life, focusing on the present empowers us to face challenges with clarity and act with intention. It connects seamlessly with the wisdom of redefining failure. By letting go of past missteps, you free yourself to improve now. And as we explore the next secret of simplicity, remember that focusing on the present is a cornerstone of a meaningful life. It simplifies your mind, sharpens your purpose, and opens your heart to the opportunities right in front of you. So what will you choose to focus on today? Let us know in the comments below, and together, let's embrace the profound power of the present moment. 8. Let go of expectations. Embracing life as it comes. Expectations, especially unrealistic ones, are the silent architects of disappointment. The Stoics understood this deeply, urging us to prepare our minds to accept life as it unfolds, rather than clinging to imagined outcomes. As Epictetus taught, when you are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and study your own expectations. You will find that the pain is caused not by the event, but by your expectations of it. Discourses. By letting go of rigid expectations, we free ourselves to respond with grace, adaptability, and strength. Consider this. Have you ever poured your heart into a project at work, only to have it met with unexpected criticism or rejection? The sting of disappointment often arises not from the outcome itself, but from the gap between what we expected and reality. What if, instead of expecting specific results, you approached your work with dedication while remaining open to whatever feedback or outcome followed? This shift not only reduces frustration, but also keeps you receptive to growth. In personal relationships, expectations can be equally damaging. Perhaps you expect a friend to respond in a particular way, or a partner to meet an unspoken need. When they don't, resentment builds. But by releasing these unspoken demands and embracing people as they are, you cultivate deeper understanding and connection. Ask yourself, am I holding on to expectations that no one agreed to meet? What might I gain by letting them go? Letting go of expectations is not about abandoning ambition or hope. It's about approaching life with a flexible, prepared mind. Instead of demanding a specific outcome, align your efforts with what you value and accept that life often has its own plans. As Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." Letters to Lucilius. Craving certainty or perfection only invites dissatisfaction, while embracing uncertainty opens the door to unexpected joys. By releasing the grip of expectations, you reclaim your emotional freedom and position yourself to thrive no matter the circumstances. And this principle connects beautifully with the upcoming secrets, where we explore how simplicity, resilience, and gratitude can transform your perspective and life. Are you ready to discover the profound truths that lie ahead? Stay with us to unlock these insights and change the way you see the world. Let us know in the comments, what expectation are you ready to let go of today? Together, we'll embrace the beauty of what life offers us, just as it is. 9. Inner freedom, the path to true happiness. Freedom is not found in wealth, status, or possessions. It resides within. The Stoics believed that true happiness is a byproduct of mastering oneself, not one's surroundings. As Seneca wisely said, "He who is free is he who is master of himself." Letters to Lucilius. Inner freedom is the ability to remain unshaken by external circumstances, to find peace and strength in the only domain we truly control, our minds. Consider this. How often do we tie our sense of happiness to things beyond our grasp? A job promotion, a partner's approval, or even the perfect home. All these can bring fleeting satisfaction, but also leave us vulnerable. What happens when these things falter or disappear? The happiness tethered to them crumbles, revealing the fragility of external dependence. But when we cultivate inner freedom, we free ourselves from this cycle. Instead of reacting to life, we respond with clarity and purpose, anchored in our values. Imagine a storm raging outside, battering the windows and shaking the walls. The storm represents life's chaos, unexpected events, challenges, and disappointments. Inner freedom is the calm room at the center of the house where you sit, unaffected by the noise outside. It's not that the storm ceases to exist, but it no longer holds power over you. This perspective allows you to act wisely rather than impulsively, to move through life with grace and resilience. In the workplace, inner freedom empowers you to focus on what you can control, your effort, attitude, and integrity. When a project fails or a colleague behaves unfairly, you are not derailed because your worth is not tied to their actions. Similarly, in relationships, inner freedom allows you to love deeply without clinging, to give without expecting, and to find strength in yourself rather than seeking constant validation from others. To cultivate inner freedom, begin with self-awareness. Ask yourself, am I living according to my values, or am I letting external forces dictate my choices? Recognize the areas where you've allowed others or circumstances to define your happiness. Then, practice self-discipline. Choose how you respond, rather than letting emotions control you. Epictetus taught, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Discourses. This mastery begins with small, deliberate acts, pausing before reacting, reflecting before deciding, and aligning your actions with your principles. Inner freedom is the foundation of a fulfilled life. It liberates you from the chains of fear, doubt, and dependence, enabling you to face any storm with unshakable peace. Are you ready to embrace this powerful shift? Reflect on where you can reclaim your freedom today and let us know in the comments. Together, we can redefine happiness, not as something we chase, but as something we create from within. 10. Embrace simplicity. Discover freedom in less. In a world overflowing with distractions, the pursuit of simplicity is an act of courage and wisdom. The Stoics understood that a life cluttered with unnecessary possessions, obligations, and emotions only burdens the soul and clouds our ability to focus on what truly matters. As Seneca reminded us, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. Letters to Lucilius. To live simply is to live freely, unshackled from the weight of excess and the endless chase for more. Imagine your mind as a garden. When overcrowded with weeds, unnecessary possessions, toxic relationships, or lingering guilt, it becomes difficult for anything meaningful to grow. By clearing away what doesn't serve you, you create space for joy, purpose, and clarity to flourish. Simplifying life is not about deprivation, it is about liberation, about choosing quality over quantity and meaning over noise. In practice, embracing simplicity starts with a conscious inventory of your life. What do you own, both materially and emotionally, that no longer adds value? Are there items in your home that collect dust, obligations you've outgrown, or grudges you continue to carry? Letting go of these weights doesn't just declutter your physical space, it also lightens your heart and mind. In your work, simplicity allows you to focus on what drives success. Instead of multitasking endlessly, prioritize tasks that align with your goals. Strip away distractions, delegate where possible, and give your full attention to what truly matters. In your personal life, simplicity invites you to nurture relationships that bring genuine connection, rather than spreading yourself thin across superficial interactions. It encourages you to embrace stillness and appreciate the small, quiet moments that often go unnoticed. Simplicity also requires addressing the emotional clutter we carry. Let go of envy, regret, and comparison. They are weights you no longer need to bear. Ask yourself, am I holding on to anything, materially or emotionally, that does not serve my purpose? The act of releasing is not loss, but gain. It clears the path for peace and fulfillment. By embracing simplicity, you reconnect with what matters most, your values, your passions, and your well-being. It allows you to live intentionally, savoring the richness of less. As we explore the next secrets, remember this. Simplicity is not just a lifestyle, it is a mindset, a declaration that your worth is not tied to what you have, but to who you are. What will you choose to let go of today? Share your thoughts in the comments and take the first step toward a simpler, freer life. 11. Positive visualization, strength through preparedness. The mind is a powerful tool, capable of shaping how we perceive and navigate life's challenges. The Stoics harnessed this power through the practice of premeditatio malorum, a mental exercise of anticipating potential hardships. At first glance, this may seem counterintuitive. Why focus on the worst that could happen? Yet this practice is not about dwelling on negativity, but equipping ourselves with clarity and resilience. As Seneca wrote, "Rehearse death." To say this is to tell a person to rehearse freedom. He who has learned how to die has unlearned how to be a slave. Letters to Lucilius. By imagining adversity, we learn to face it without fear, finding strength in preparation. Imagine standing before a significant presentation at work. Instead of being paralyzed by fear of failure, you mentally walk through scenarios of technical glitches, difficult questions, or unexpected interruptions. In your mind's rehearsal, you see yourself handling each setback calmly and effectively. This visualization doesn't make challenges disappear, but it arms you with the confidence to face them with poise. When the actual moment comes, you're not surprised or shaken. You're ready. The power of premeditatio malorum lies in its ability to dissolve the grip of fear. Fear often thrives in the unknown, in the things we avoid thinking about. But when you deliberately confront these fears, they lose their hold over you. Consider a common worry, losing a job. Visualize the scenario, not to despair, but to ask yourself, what would I do next? How would I adapt? By identifying solutions and strategies in advance, you transform fear into a manageable, actionable plan. This practice extends beyond individual challenges to daily life. The Stoics believed that by imagining hardships, we grow to appreciate what we have. Visualize losing a cherished possession or the temporary absence of a loved one. This reflection enhances gratitude for the present moment and strengthens your capacity to endure loss when it inevitably comes. Positive visualization is not about pessimism, but empowerment. It teaches you to accept that setbacks are part of life and prepares you to navigate them with strength. Ask yourself, what fear am I avoiding? How can I visualize and prepare for it today? Share your reflections in the comments. We'd love to hear how you turn fear into fortitude. As we approach the final secret of this journey, remember that visualizing challenges is not about inviting them, but about mastering yourself. Through this practice, you find the freedom to act without fear, living boldly and intentionally no matter what lies ahead. 12. Live with purpose, building a life of meaning. As we conclude this transformative journey, let us move from mastering fears through visualization to the ultimate Stoic secret, living with purpose. If preparation gives us strength, purpose gives us direction. Purpose is the compass that guides our actions, the foundation upon which a meaningful life is built. Without it, even the most well-prepared mind can drift aimlessly. As Marcus Aurelius urged, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Meditations. Purpose transforms our values into actions and aligns our daily lives with what truly matters. Imagine waking up each morning with clarity, knowing that every step you take contributes to something greater than yourself. Purpose doesn't necessarily mean grand ambitions. It could be as simple as dedicating yourself to kindness, integrity, or growth. It's about ensuring that your choices, no matter how small, reflect your core values. Ask yourself, am I living in alignment with what I hold most dear? In the workplace, purpose elevates your efforts. Instead of seeing your job as merely a means to an end, view it as an opportunity to contribute, learn, and grow. When you focus on how your work serves others or helps you develop, mundane tasks gain meaning. Similarly, in personal relationships, living with purpose deepens connections. When your actions reflect virtues like empathy, patience, and love, you enrich not only your life, but also those around you. Purpose also acts as a beacon during life's inevitable storms. When faced with setbacks or uncertainty, a clear sense of purpose keeps you grounded. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, wrote in Man's Search for Meaning, "Those who have a why to live can bear with almost any how." A defined purpose empowers you to endure hardships with grace, knowing they are stepping stones toward your greater goals. To cultivate purpose, start by identifying your values. What principles guide your decisions? What kind of person do you aspire to be? Write these down and reflect on them daily. Next, set meaningful goals that align with these values and let them inform your actions. Whether it's helping a colleague, nurturing a loved one, or pursuing personal growth, ensure that your deeds resonate with your purpose. This final secret is the most profound because it ties all the others together. Simplicity, inner freedom, and focus are tools, but purpose is the reason we use them. Share this gift of purpose with those you love and inspire them to find their own. What values and goals drive your life? Let us know in the comments below and help spread the light of Stoicism to others. Together, let us build lives of meaning, one purposeful action at a time. The 12 Stoic secrets we've uncovered today offer a transformative guide to letting go of worries, fears, and unnecessary burdens. From mastering your perception and embracing simplicity to cultivating inner freedom and living with purpose, these timeless principles provide the clarity and strength to face life's challenges with grace. Each secret encourages us to focus on what we can control, release expectations, and find meaning in both triumphs and trials. Reflect on these lessons and begin integrating them into your daily life. Start small, but stay consistent. By practicing these Stoic teachings, you can free your mind, lighten your heart, and create a life of serenity, resilience, and true happiness. Now, take the first step and let these ancient truths guide you toward a brighter, more peaceful tomorrow. The timeless wisdom of the Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, remains as powerful today as it was thousands of years ago. Their teachings transcend time, offering profound guidance for navigating life's challenges with resilience, clarity, and grace. The 12 Stoic secrets we explored today are more than mere ideas. They are tools to help you let go of what weighs you down, embrace freedom, and live a life of meaning and purpose. From mastering your perception to building a purposeful life, these principles empower us to focus on what truly matters, cultivating inner peace and strength, in the face of adversity. Which of these secrets resonated most with you? Is it the art of perception, letting go of expectations, or perhaps living with purpose? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear how you plan to integrate these timeless lessons into your daily life. If this video inspired you, help us spread these invaluable teachings by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss the next transformative Stoic insights. Watch the video suggested at the end to continue your journey with Stoicism, and let's keep learning, growing, and thriving together. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.